If you are interested in how I achieve this delicious, quick and easy pot roast, please continue to watch. Okay guys, here are my ingredients that I have cut up for my pot roast that I'm going to place in the Instant Pot. Here I have my chopped onion, which this is approximately 1/2 cup. And then I did 3 stalks of celery that's chopped up here. Then I have my baby potatoes. I did about 13 to 14 baby potatoes and I cut those in halves after I rinsed them. So they are squeaky clean. And then instead of just using whole carrots that I'll cut up, I just got these little baby cut carrots. And I may cut those up a little smaller, but these are just fine for me. We like kind of the chunks of carrots in our pot roast, so this is an easier alternative, so less work for me to cut up. But these are the ingredients right here, and now I'm going to prep the roast. I'll probably use half the bag of carrots, but I really don't measure. I just kind of place them in the pot as needed. I like a hearty pot roast, so really as many carrots as you like to place in there, I would do so. Here are the ingredients that I will use for the rub of the roast. I have my seasoning salt, oregano, black pepper, paprika, thyme leaves, onion powder, garlic powder, light brown sugar, and my flour. And I will add this to a mixing bowl and then we will prep the roast here in just a second. Okay guys, I have added all of my dry ingredients here, including the flour. So I am just going to mix this all together. Hope you can see this. Just mix it well. That's the brown sugar in here, kind of clumpy. But I'm going to mix this very well. Just take your time with it. And then now we're going to prep the pot roast. Okay, this is my pot roast for today. It is 2.5 pounds. So this is a nice size for just 2 people, probably for 2 or 3 days. That's what I'm hoping to achieve here. So here I have my mixture for the roast. I'm just going to take this spoon and just kind of spread it on, or I can just pour it on and just kind of massage it into the roast. My hands are clean, so I usually wear gloves, but I am out of those. So, I'm just going to get this on the sides too and just kind of get it all evenly placed on the roast. Let's move this back over here. That's okay, I have plenty over here. And on both sides, I just want to really coat the roast before we place this in the Instant Pot. And you can, of course, if you're using a larger size roast, you know, I have friends of mine that have a family, a large family, and they want to make this recipe at least, you know, to last a week. So they use a larger roast. But this here is plenty, especially when I add in the potatoes and the celery and the onion. It is yummy, guys. It is yummy. I hope you'll try it. All right. I'm going to pour the rest here. I'm just going to use all the mixture here. And on the cut, I'm using a cutting board. You can use a plate of any sort, but I just find this easier and to distribute the mixture, the dry ingredients. All right, I'm gonna get it on the sides too. And this can be a little messy, of course, without gloves, but I prefer gloves, but I just want to get everything in here, okay? All right. Then I'm just going to let this sit here while I get the Instant Pot warmed up. So give me a second, and that's what we're doing in the next step here. Okay guys, now I'm going to prep my Instant Pot. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I have poured in my Instant Pot here. And I am going to turn this on using saute. And I'm going to hit it again just for warm. Okay. And I'm going to let that heat up. And once this heats up, I'm going to place in my my roast. Okay, guys, you can hear this and see this is cooking. This grease is very hot, so I'm going to let it cook here on this side for 1 minute. And then I'm going to turn it over and allow it to cook for 1 additional minute. And then I'm going to remove it and set aside. Okay, guys, I just flipped this over. I thought I was getting that on film, but I didn't. But this is what it looks like here on the first portion. We wanted just a little golden brown, and that's what we got here. So now I'm allowing the meat to cook on the other side for 1 minute. Okay, I have removed the pot roast, and it's sitting here aside. It looks good. I've now added 1 tablespoon of butter to deglaze anything from sticking in here. So I'm going to stir with this some. Okay, guys, I have now added my celery and my onions. And I want to stir these. And just let these saute. Smells so good. I have added 1 tablespoon of minced garlic at this point. And I'm going to allow this to cook for 3 minutes. I want to constantly stir because I do not want my garlic to burn. Okay, guys, it's been 3 minutes, so I'm going to now reduce my saute to low. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of beef broth to this mixture. So here's 1 cup here. Then I'm going to add a 2nd cup. In addition, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. I can never say that correctly. But you know what I'm saying, the W sauce. So that's 1/4 cup of that. I then add my 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. You can also add a cup, or excuse me, a 1/2 cup of red wine of choice. I'm not going to add that to this recipe, but that is an option for you. All right, I'm going to let this warm some, and then we're going to place the pot roast right back on top of this. I am now placing my pot roast back in the Instant Pot with underneath the mixture. Just kind of submerge that. Oh, it smells so good, guys. All right, so got that pretty coated here. All righty. And what I'm going to do now is close my Instant Pot. Make sure it's sealed. And I am going to pressure cook. Let me cancel first. And then I'm going to pressure cook. Then I'm going to hit the plus sign until 40 minutes. Okay, guys, I've removed the lid. And my roast smells delicious. It's cooked here perfectly. You can see that here. So what I'm going to do now is add in my potatoes that I've cut up. Just going to place those in, as well as my carrots. So I'm just placing these in. I've already cut these, and these are washed. Oops, I'm dropping them here. And I like a lot of potatoes, so I added a little more. Like I said before, you can do between 10 and 13 baby potatoes cut in half. So These will be our sides for the roast. Then I'm gonna add in just the carrots. These are the baby carrots. I'm not gonna cut these. Now again, feel free to do so. But I'm just gonna add these to the pot. All right, and this is what we're looking like for right now. I'm gonna stir those in some. And what I'm gonna do is place the cover back on, and we're going to cook again in the Instant Pot on pressure cook for 20 minutes. All right, guys, it has been 20 minutes and my carrots and the potatoes are cooked perfectly. It smells so good. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to have this for dinner tonight. So I'm going to remove now the roast from the Instant Pot, and then we're going to thicken the gravy a little bit here. I'm going to taste it first to see if it needs some salt, but that's what we'll do next. Okay, I've removed the roast and placed it here in a baking dish where I'm going to now thicken this stew here, the sauce or the broth, I'd say, and pour this over the roast. I have now added 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water in this bowl. So I'm going to mix this together, and then I'm going to pour this into the broth here that I have with the potatoes and carrots. This should thicken up the gravy for the roast. So do this and stir and let it sit for about 5 minutes. All right, guys, I've added in the cornstarch mixture, and I'm going to stir this, and I can feel it getting thicker as I stir. And pretty soon I'm going to plate this and place it over my delicious roast, and it'll be time to eat this delicious masterpiece. It looks like my gravy has gotten really thick, which is perfect. It's a little, well, not really thick, but by the time I drizzle this over the pot roast and place it in the oven just later on until we're ready to eat, it will be the perfect consistency. So this looks great. I cannot wait. So I'm just gonna just kind of plate this now. Just place it around the dish here. And we will be ready to eat our dinner tonight over our favorite TV shows. I love gravy. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this recipe. It's quick and easy. I know a lot of times I will fix this dish and use my Dutch oven or just a regular oven, but I wanted to use this Instant Pot with this recipe today and just try it out, and it looks great, and it's a quick recipe. So I will list all the ingredients and the instructions in the description box below, and I hope you have a great week and you enjoy this recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful week.